What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's Netflix original review of The Cuphead Show, the new series that's based off the video game that, of course, was created by Chad and Jared Moldenhauer. Now, before we begin, if you'd like this video, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button as well as commenting below any video to watch, including this one. So the Cuphead Show is, of course, a adaptation of the pretty popular video game that is Cuphead. It's these two characters named Cuphead and Mugman, who are these childlike individuals, because this is a TVY7 show. They're being raised by this character named Elder Kettle, and they basically go on journeys. They do, they get into trouble. They get in the sights of the devil and King Dice, and of course the Croaks and some other characters, Miss Chalice and stuff like that. And they go on adventures and they do crazy stuff. That's, it's a very much a Silly Symphonies, Merry Melody, Fleischer style, rubber banding animation style series. It's very, what you remember from those series that were in the 30s and 40s and 50s and stuff like that, with Merry Melodies and Silly Symphonies and Popeye and stuff like that. It's very much that style, but a little more modern with how the characters speak and act and so on and so forth. And so, if you don't know, Cuphead, of course, was a pretty well-received, pretty popular video game. It was a video game that kind of came out of nowhere, and don't lie, it did come out of nowhere for most people, where bullet hell shooter games, which are games where you have to have a quick trigger finger, you're constantly have enemies coming after you, you have to jump, you have to crawl, you just have to do all kinds of crazy things because there's constantly stuff being attacking you. This was that type of game, but what was so unique about it was the simple fact that it was a Fleischer style, which, if you remember, like the 30s and 40s and 50s animation, the rubber banding, which, if you've ever seen like Olive Oil and Popeye with her arms moving like that, or Mickey and stuff like that, that's what this video game was showing off. It was showing off that animation style. It was showing off that very traditional Silly Symphony style or Merry Melody style. And it was one of those things where it was pretty much on everybody's radar for like the last 4 years of when it was in production. It kind of disappeared, it kind of came back, and then eventually released to pretty much acclaim. And so when they announced this TV show was coming to Netflix, I can definitely say, after playing the video game, I was super excited because I love that animation style. It's very unique. If you've seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you kind of know where I'm going with this. But it was a series that I'm like, how are they going to position this? Are they going to position it with a young kids audience, or are they going to make it more adult? Because the style can kind of play both ways. And so thanks to Netflix, they sent me the whole entire season, which is actually pretty interesting because there's 12 episodes. They're roughly like 12 minutes a piece. So think about Cartoon Network. And they're, it's a pretty quick watch. You're talking about like 2 hours and 40 minutes worth of watching. And after watching the series, after, taking it all in, watching what they were trying to do, I absolutely loved this entire season. I absolutely loved the series. This is an absolutely well done, well crafted, well animated, well acted and produced, and everything about this show is just magnetic. It's fantastical. It's fun. It does everything you expect from a Merry Melody, Silly Symphony style world, and does it with such reverence and does it with such panache and passion that it really captures the essence of what we truly liked about Looney Tunes or the old Mickey Mouse cartoons or Popeye. But it also updates it just so slightly a bit, to the point where there are some jokes that are very adultish. There are some jokes that are very modern in their take, but it never forgets what it is. It never forgets what it's inspiring to be. And that works on so many great levels. There's so many different layers to this show. It brings in characters that you love from the video game. It does it with, justice. The fact that it brings in the creators of the video game to work on the property, and brings in a showrunner who's worked on animations, I think Star Wars and stuff like that before. It brings in, just these fun and over the top and silly characters, and just, it works. It really works. Even at 12 minutes a piece for only 12 episodes, you really just have fun with it. It's great for kids. It's great for adults who remember that type of style of animation filmmaking. And it's just, it's a fun world. The world is just, it's filled with just such heart and emotion and passion and drive and just aesthetic. You watch like the old school, let's say we'll go Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and they go into Toontown, and you have that really weird style of look and feel. It feels very of its time. That's exactly what's happening here. It just feels like the two creators, Jared and Chad, just really love the style of animation, and just it's amazing from the moment that it goes into the intro, which is one of my favorite intros, up there with Peacemaker for the year, maybe all time, to the stories it's trying to present. There is a running theme story with the devil in the series, which is, you know, if you play the video game, you know you don't make deals with the devil. But then it brings in some other characters that you remember as like villains and bosses, stuff like that. I think Elder Kettle is a great kind of father character, taking care of the Mugman and Cuphead. And then Cuphead and Mugman really have great chemistry together, and they're just a lot of fun, and they're just doing silly Animaniac style stuff. But on top of that, the music, just the look and feel of everything about this series is absolutely fantastic, and I 100% recommend it. I'm actually giving the series a 10. I don't know what other people think, but I'm giving the series a 10 because it's just so well thought out, so passionately done. It's just a fantastic series, and will make you feel like a child. Even if you're my age, you know, 40 years old or whatever, it'll make you feel like a child because it's just what it represents, and I think it just has everything and anything, and I can't wait for a season 2 or a 1.2 season or 1.5 season, whatever they're going to do next. But I have to hand it to them. They've created one of the best video game adaptations to TV or movie I've ever seen. So, yep, I'm getting a 10 out of 10 and definitely worth a watch. So, anyways, that'll do it. That'll be my take on the Cuphead show, which, like I said, premieres on Netflix on the 18th of February. Once again, thank you, Netflix, for allowing me to see it early. So, anyways, comments below. Did you play the video game? What do you think of the overall video game? Are you excited for this TV show? All that good stuff. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button, and as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.